Hello everyone and welcome to the Influencer Barbie channel. We have Miss Barbie Roberts and I am Barbie's assistant. My name is Beverly and I am an adult Barbie enthusiast. Welcome to our Barbieverse. We create content for people who love all things Barbie as much as we do. Now, Zuru and MGA Miniverse have both been releasing a bunch of new collections of mystery capsules in the last few months, and I have picked up the Zuru MiniBrands Create Dishes of the World collection. We have a couple of different capsules that we'll open up and see what we can get. Now, I discovered a few months ago that MGA Miniverse, some of the collections will have a pinhole or pencil mark to indicate what you might be getting inside, but unfortunately it seems as though Zuru, there isn't really any cheat codes available. For some of the collections you can weigh the capsules if you're willing to take a portable scale with you into the store to check the weights on them, and you might be able to have an idea of what you're getting. But I just randomly picked 3 capsules at my local Walmart, so fingers crossed that we do not get any duplicates here. When we had opened a previous MiniBrands Create collection, we did get some duplicate, I believe they were lamb chops, unfortunately. So we are hoping that we don't get any duplicates here today. So we'll go ahead and open those up, and I am using my tool here, but as a warning, always be sure to have adult supervision if you are using sharp objects. Here we go. And if you have any ideas of things that we could do with these MiniBrand capsules or the MGA capsules, let us know in the comments below. I have already taken quite a few of these to the recycling, so if there's a way that we could possibly use them, that would be great. Okay, so the first thing we have here is the little chef's hat UV light. I won't turn it on because it is pretty bright, so if you don't have a UV light, it's really nice that Zuru included these, but once you get a few capsules, you end up with multiple little chef's hats. So let's see what we're getting here. I think this is a placemat. If this is like the previous MiniBrands Create, and I think it probably has the recipe for this on the back, so I'm not going to take a look at it. We'll have a little bit of surprise. Information about our UV light, and here is our placemat. It's just plain orange. So which one of these should we open? Okay, so we seem to be getting some berries here in a rather nice little box. We could probably use that for some other things once we've put it together. Okay, and we've got a little display stand here. have some really nice looking tools. So we have some tongs here, some tweezers, and I like the way the MGA Create tweezers look a bit more like actual tongs, cooking tongs, rather than the tweezers that we get in the MGA Miniverse, which are just kind of plain. And we seem to get a fork, a palette knife, and then a regular knife. Alright, and we have cream glue. And fruit sauce glue. Okay, based on that and the berries, I think we're getting some sort of dessert here. Our nozzles for our resin. Oh, okay. So we have a rather nice plate here. This one is very decorative. There's sort of a faux gold leaf on it. And we have what looks like a cake with a kangaroo on the top. So, I wonder if that's like a baked Alaska. Although, why do we have a kangaroo? I'm not certain. So I think that, okay, it's a pavlova. That's what it is. So the picture on the front is what indeed we are getting. And it says it's a pavlova from Australia. I don't generally associate pavlovas with Australia, but here is a picture of everything that we get in our capsule, and then instructions on how they suggest putting it together and what it would look like. And then the nice thing about these MiniBrands Create collections with the recipes is that they give you a QR code, so then you can scan it to give you a recipe of how to make this in real life. Okay, so let's take a look at our collector's guide and see what we could get in this collection. So Japan, we have a sushi boat. That looks really nice. Would have liked to have gotten that one. Mexico is tacos, beef tacos. United States, blueberry pancakes. Brazil is an acai bowl. India, butter chicken and naan. Spain is churros. Australia is the pavlova. China is Peking duck. South Africa is pochicos. Hope I pronounced that somewhere close to correct. And Italy is cannoli. And we have a super rare, which is from Thailand, and that is Tom Yum Kung, which appears to be sort of a prawn soup dish. So, okay. So now we know that the picture on the front of our collector's guide will tell us what we are getting. So we'll try to avoid opening that for our other two capsules until we've opened up the other packages inside. Okay, so let's rearrange things a little bit here. And that did not work the way I had hoped it would. Let's open our second one. Okay, so here is our chef's hat light, and this one feels like our placemat, which will have the instructions, so we won't open that one. This one feels like a large plate. Okay, so this is our display stand and our utensils. And I don't remember exactly which recipe that particular piece came with. And we do get a serving spoon. Try to make this be as much of a surprise as possible. Okay, and vegetable box. There's some nice looking vegetables in there. Looks like zucchini and carrots, and mushroom slices. And stock glue. These resin containers would be really nice in the Barbie refrigerator or pantry, except they are so huge. I mean, it seems like the Roberts family does shop at Costco or Sam's Club because they do buy things in such large containers, but that might be too large. Okay, so we have sort of a little hot pot cauldron here. And onions, rosemary, and coriander. Those are really nice there. And chicken. So this must be pieces of chicken. That bag is so nice, I hate to open it up to show what the chicken looks like inside. I may have to get the X-Acto knife to try to open that up very carefully. Alright, I think I have an idea of what we're getting, but let's see. Okay, and we are getting the South African pachecos. So here's everything that we get in that set. And so then we put it into our pot, add the vegetables, and here's a view where you can kind of see what the chicken looks like. Add all of our vegetables and the herbs to it and allow it to sit. And then that's what it would look like. And here's our QR code for the real recipe. It looks really yummy. Let's go ahead and open up our last one here. And try to not knock everything onto the floor. These ingredients are so nice. That just like with the MGA Miniverse, I hate to put these together because the ingredients look so cute. And they'll look really nice in the Barbie refrigerator and pantry. So we'll open our last capsule. Alright, so I think that's our collector's guide. And as long as we don't get any duplicates, I will be happy with just about anything from this collection. We have our display stand. And we have a different kind of serving spoon this time. And our tongs. So we are definitely getting something different. Oh, okay, so here's a nice bowl with the wood texture. So again, I think I have an idea of what we're getting. We have blueberries, and then mint leaves and kiwi slices. Those are really nice. Okay, and we have our yogurt glue and nozzle. And then strawberries and banana slices. Those are really nice looking. I just love the way the ingredients look in both the MGA and Zuru sets. And then we have crushed nuts. Oh, looks like I accidentally cut off part of the bag. Okay, that still seems to be sealed up, so I don't want to take them out. But it's really strange that it says crushed nuts imitation. So you have imitation nuts? That's very strange. And then we have the acai powder. And I don't want to open that up because that would probably make a huge mess here in the Barbie studio. So, based on that, I think I know what we're getting. We'll go ahead and open up our collector's guide. And yes, we are getting the acai bowl from Brazil. And that shows everything that we're getting here. We put the acai powder in, and then our yogurt glue, mix that up. Add our crushed nuts. So why they're imitation, I still don't know. And then add the berries and banana slices and kiwis. So, and there is our final product. So that should be a lot of fun. All of these should be a lot of fun to make. So I'm upset that I cut off a little bit of the crushed nuts package there. But let's see if we can carefully open the chicken package to see what the chicken looks like without tearing the bag or destroying it so that it won't look nice in the Barbie refrigerator. So I'm going to get my X-Acto knife and try to open that up. Alright, so I took my X-Acto knife. This is actually a Westcott Carbo Titanium craft knife, and I was able to carefully slit a hole in the back. So this is under the flap that would be in the package, so then I could put everything back in there and it shouldn't be too noticeable. This is what the chicken looks like inside. So they're actually really nicely textured, and they have this orange color to them for the spiciness of the chicken. And while I was doing that, I also thought, let's figure out exactly how we are supposed to pronounce the name of this dish. I was saying potjekos. I looked it up. This is a South African dish. It is from, the name is Afrikaans, and it is pronounced potjekos. I'm probably still mangling that pronunciation. And the poye part at the beginning means literally a little pot. So the translation of this name refers to a dish that is cooked in this little pot here. So we learned something new today. So that was really interesting. So anyway, let us know in the comments below what you thought of this Zuru MiniBrands Create Dishes of the World collection. I'm actually recording this right now during the World Cup, so having these international dishes seems very fitting. We have a little bit of dishes from some different countries around the world to help us to celebrate the World Cup. But let us know in the comments what you thought of the different dishes from this collection, and if you've picked up any of the capsules from this collection or from any of the other Zuru MiniBrands Create collections. There was the previous one that was the Master Chef collection. So let us know that in the comments below. And thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to be part of our Barbieverse. And be sure to ring the notification bell. It really does help our channel to grow. And once we hit some subscriber milestones, we plan to have some fun giveaways. And if you'd like a chance of getting a shout out in an upcoming video, just comment below with the hashtag InfluencerBarbie. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in our next episode here in our Barbieverse. Bye-bye!